So today, unfortunately, I have a bit of a somber topic to discuss with you guys. So I don't really discuss Final Fantasy 15 on the channel as much as I probably should have and would have liked to. I know there's the meme at this point about my review that never really came out, and there's a whole story behind that we'll get into later, but Final Fantasy 15 is one of my I love it. It's one of my favorite games this generation. It was my game of the year 2016, and even with its flaws, I still really loved the experience and I loved the game that I played, right? And there's a lot of drama behind Final Fantasy 15, and it's very, very well documented rushed development and being unfinished, and a lot of other problems that went in with the development. I mean, this game was in development for well over it was like 10 years or something like that. They were just developing the game forever. It went through name changes, reworks entirely. It was pretty nuts. Switched freaking directors, and went from Nomura to Tabata, and that was like another whole dramatic thing. But we just recently had this big Final Fantasy 15 information event that Square hyped us up about, and they were going to go over their 2019 plans, and it was looking good. Like, we were all pretty excited, getting more information about this game, because they've been releasing DLC and updates for the game and new content over the last couple years now since the game's come out, and it's all been great. It's all fleshed out the story and the characters a bit more, and kind of helped tie things together. A lot of the loose threads and loose ends that were in the base game are getting resolved, and things are just starting to kind of come together more. This is what the game probably should have been when it launched 2 years ago, but we've been getting that slowly over time. So the event comes around, and it's a shit show. Tabata leaves Square Enix, and development of the DLCs ceases, with the exception of episode Arden, which will come out next year. But that will be the final piece of DLC for the game. PC support is being dropped, and this is the end of Final Fantasy 15. This game is officially, after episode Arden, this game's done. Which some are gonna laud as a good thing, saying good, now Square can finally move on to other projects and things like that. But I'm gonna say it still stings for Final Fantasy 15 fans. I think that this game is a very flawed game, but I still love it. And the real tragedy of Final Fantasy 15 isn't what we got, right? Because the game itself is fine, good even, I would say, and it's an enjoyable experience, especially now with the Royal Edition and all the DLC that is currently included in that. It's a fine package, But the tragedy of Final Fantasy 15 isn't what it is; it's what it could have been. And seeing how close they got to being that, only just to get here, and to end up not getting to finish their project that they worked on so hard for 10 years, not getting to let it live up to its potential. That is the real tragedy of Final Fantasy 15, and it sucks. It really, really sucks that we're here in 2018, 2 years after launch, with a game that will forever be unfinished. In its current state now, I still recommend the game wholeheartedly. You can pick up the game and all of its DLCs for about $20. If you've not played the game yet, absolutely go ahead and do so. Once episode Arden releases, I will be doing my final review of Final Fantasy 15 on the channel. So I apologize, it's taken me 2 years to get this review out, but it'll come out eventually. I didn't end up making the review when I said I was going to, because I wanted to wait for the game to be finished. I wanted to play the full experience and get to review it for you guys in its full glory. And since that's not really gonna happen, I'll have to settle with what the finished product is, what the final piece of DLC is gonna bring us. So look forward to that in mid-2019. But until then, I guess we have Final Fantasy VII Remake to look forward to, eh? Oh god, we're in trouble, aren't we?